Good evening, everyone. I'm Chandni,
Evening.
an independent journalist representing the Unmasked Indian. Operation Vijay is really an emotion for us Indians, and we are really proud of all our heroes who fought for our country during Operation Vijay. But unfortunately, a lot of false claims are being spread on individuals by social media, which we can all see now. It is literally bad to our history. In recent years, certain narratives describing individual roles during the conflict have gained wide attention. Despite visible inconsistencies with official records, timelines, and even unit deployments as well. I think Major Vijay know it so well. So today, we are having two amendment officers of the Indian Army who were part of Operation Vijay, who will help us get clarity on what really happened during Operation Vijay. So, our purpose is to place these claims in proper context through first hand military insight so that the public record reflects the truth of the legacy of Kargil is preserved with integrity. So, thank you all for joining us. I now hand it over Major Vijay.
Thank you, Chandni. Jain sir, it's a proud privilege to host two stalwarts of the Indian Army who were part of Operation Vijay. So, viewers, before I start, I would like to introduce both these officers to you so that you know who we are talking to today. First, I would like to introduce Colonel Rajveer Singh Chiller sir. He was the commanding officer of 3 Infantry DOU during the time of Operation Vijay. Chiller sir was commissioned in 1978. He is 52 course ND and 62 course IMA. He has a stellar 32 years spanning career in the Indian Army, and he was instrumental in racing the Ordnance Maintenance Platoon in Siachen in 1989, and he was the first OC of the maintenance platoon. He commanded 12 infantry DOU from 1997 to 1999 and 3 infantry DOU from 30th April 1999 to 2001, which is, Ob Vijay time. And Chiller sir retired from service in August 2010 after putting in 32 glorious years in uniform. Welcome, Chiller sir. Welcome to this discussion.
Thank
Now,
you.
it's my proud privilege to introduce Brigadier Sartaj Singh. Welcome, sir. Again, Sartaj sir was
Thank you.
commissioned in 1978. He's a second generation army officer. He has a stellar 33 years of service in uniform, one of the stalwarts, I must say. He has served in a variety of terrains across different units, namely 7th Battalion of the Brigade of Guards in high altitude, Ordnance Depot Calcutta, 19 FAD, COD Mumbai, and various units. He retired in 2011 after serving as a Brig OS in 4 Corps. So, sir,
That's great.
welcome to this short discussion, sir. So, sir,
Thank you.
that was the introduction part. Now I'll go to the questions per se, sir. Chandni, we'll start.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So, Chilo sir, the first question is for you, sir. Sir, you were the
Yeah,
commanding officer of the 3 Infantry Div Ordnance Unit during Operation Vijay. I'm pretty sure that time
correct.
would have been tumultuous. And although you were stationed in Leh, your area of responsibility was far and wide. And you would have deployed your officers in various locations to support this operation. Could you throw some light on this, sir, during that period?
Yes. Uh, as the operation was declared on, I think, 6th of May,
Mhm.
1999, uh, we were asked to, at that time, tasked to send out logistic detachments, firstly to Batalik sector, a place called Achina Thang, if I remember correctly, where Major Sharma had gone with a team of about 20 odd personnel with stores to support the troops stationed there. And the next logistic area as the operation progressed was at Ras, which was headed by a ASC officer and my 2IC then, Lieutenant Colonel Prataj Singh, was stationed there to look after the ordnance logistics. On 9th of May, one of our ammunition platoons, which was located in Kargil, got blown up by enemy fire. And we had to establish a new ammunition point short of Kargil, which was out of range of the RT ammunition, which was later manned by various officers from my unit only. And the officers were rotated depending on the availability of officers, depending on the tasks assigned to us, and various other factors which you keep in mind, who can perform which task, who cannot perform which task. This was the overall scenario. And we were maintaining the complete 3 div. Later on, even 8 div came in as far as special clothing was concerned. But the main supply was of ammunition, which was from Leh and further eastern Ladakh, where the complete ammunition was stored in various ammunition points. The ammunition also came up via Zozila Pass, which was handled by Colonel Sartaj that time, later Brigadier Sartaj, and he performed extremely well during that time and was awarded Sena Medal Gallantry at that time. So more from Colonel Brigadier Sartaj on that when he comes to say it. So this was overall scenario of the Kargil operations.
Sir. Thank you, sir.
Right.
Thank you, sir. Sartaj, sir, I will come to you now. Sir, Chiller sir just mentioned that you went ahead from Leh towards Kargil. Could you throw some light on your experience? That'd be very interesting for younger generation like us.
Uh, I'll just sum it up in the sense that I was asked to establish a logistic support area at a place called between Dras and Gumri. And I chose Matian because that was an open space. And after doing the deployment, I was approved by the brigade commander, then Brigadier Surinder Singh. And our task was not only ammunition, it was just a part of the logistics is ammunition, but the main thing dependent on the field surgical hospital, the helipads to be maintained, a transit camp to be, troops coming in to look at. It is, it had a variety of units, subunits under command, and like in war, to first get everything into order and then start moving is a daunting task. To start off, when you establish a thing, then the things start moving. But to initially, ab initio, to start something, it's a big ask. But it was quite an experience, and I found myself very privileged to be part of this because we've trained all our lives to face an operation, and you feel very proud that yes, you were involved in an operation like this.
Sir, thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Now, Chula sir, I will come to the claims that are doing rounds on social media straight away. So I had a chance to go through the history of the Ordnance Corps written by Brigadier Pramod Sarin, and Sarin sir has summed it up pretty exhaustively and beautifully. So I could see that Captain Yashika Tyagi was posted to 3 DOU, where you were the commanding officer, sir. So one of the claims she made on social media is that she was staying in the unit for 7 days or more without taking a shower or changing clothes with her 2-year-old kid. And then she was throughout there in the unit and she was wielding a carbine and she was doing patrolling duty with soldiers and things like that. And she was in her second trimester during that time, which is 5 or 6 months. And sir, as far as I've seen in the army, lady officers are downgraded to LMC during their pregnancy because they need that rest times. They need that care during that time. And army is not an organization which will push the lady officers to do something like that. I've seen it myself during the Balakot strike time where I was stationed in Aknur and similar incident I've seen and lady officers were given rest. We used to take on those tasks. So I want to know this from you, sir. Are these claims correct? Was she made to do these kind of tasks during that time?
As far as I remember, because we were not in the face of the enemy, we were 200 kilometers away from the line of actual fire. The lady officers were not tasked to do such things as she's been claiming. She used to come to the office, and the official work was to issue stores to various units coming for going forward to the locations. However, carrying out patrolling, carrying out this thing is not the task of the ordnance units. We do not carry out patrolling. Yes, we do have duties which are assigned as duty officers, maybe in war room or maybe in other areas which are given by the division headquarters, and they are tasked to do their duty during the night, maybe one night in a week or something like that. Not continuously, it has never happened. At least I have commanded so many units, and all units had lady officers. I have never done this.
Right, sir.
This is my
Thank,
experience.
sir.
So
Thank you for
that claims
clarity on that, sir.
fraud.
Yeah. Sardar
Yeah.
sir, I'll come to you now. Captain Yashika claims
Yeah.
that she was in Kargil. And she says she saw the first RT round that fell on the Kargil ammunition dump, which Colonel Chiller just mentioned. And she says she has seen that ammunition dump going into flames and it being getting destroyed. And she, I mean, as the 2IC of the unit who looks after the officer, what is your take on that? Did she go to Kargil? Because from whatever I have read, I've read that initially Captain Sudhir Changappa was there, and then who was an ammunition qualified officer as well, and then Major Tailan was also there, and later on Major Vandana was also posted to Kargil. She actually went to the op location. Can you throw some light on that, Sardar sir?
You see, the firstly, Captain Chingappa was my ammunition officer in Matian, in the Drar subsector, in the logistics support area. I don't think Yashika, I never saw her there. If she's saying she was there, probably an hallucination, probably. And I don't think she could have seen the AP going up in flames, because that happened before we moved into our location. That was a preempted strike by the Pakistanis, which blew up our ammunition point. So we were not there to witness all this. If she's seen it, well, good luck to her.
Thank you, sir. Chiller sir, your 2 cents on that, sir?
See, the AP went off on 9th of May. I visited AP on,
Yeah.
I moved the next day and was there on 10th evening with the brigade commander. And I saw the ammunition condition and then what action is to be taken after that. That is how we came to, after discussion with the various, higher echelons, it was decided to establish another AP, which was about 60 kilometers short of Kargil. I don't remember the name of the place. Sataj, what was the name of the
Mulbek,
place?
Mulbek,
Mulbek. Mulbek was the
Mulbek.
place.
Yep.
Mulbek. Mulbek was the
Alternate
place.
AP. Yeah.
And it was an alternate AP manned by that time Major Bhatnagar, if I remember correctly, Ashish
Yeah.
Bhatnagar.
Ashish Bhatnagar.
Yashika
Yeah,
was
that's right.
never assigned duties beyond Leh, if I remember correctly. And she was assigned duties in the depot to issue stores, look after the rear area troops which were there or the families who were there. And she was doing a pretty okay job, to be very frank. Nothing to ahead of Leh or in the battlefront. I don't remember.
Sir.
I have
You
never
don't.
asked her doing that.
Sir.
Sir.
Never in. I remember correctly. I never did that.
Sir.
She
So
was
that
throughout
is,
the war. She stayed in Leh.
sir. So that is pretty conclusive. So her claim that she issued buffers rounds to the units, so that does not hold any more ground because the AP were forward in Kargil and other locations. So that doesn't make any sense, right, sir?
She is a non-ammunition officer. She cannot be sent to an AP.
Correct,
She
sir.
will
course,
not have the knowledge about ammunition depot and ammunition to be issued or ammunition to be handled or any, what components are to be issued with the ammunition. That is only an ammunition officer can do.
Correct, sir.
And she was not qualified to do that.
Correct, sir. Yeah, as far as I've been,
Ammunition officers who did this job.
yes, sir. What I've
I had
been,
number of ammunition officers who did this job.
correct, sir. And I've been told that lady officer
Chingappa was
started,
one of them.
yes, sir. And I've been told that sir, lady officer started getting this ammunition long course only after 2009. Till then, lady
Correct.
officers were not nominated.
After they started getting permanent commission.
Correct, sir. Correct.
That is the time when they were retained for these long courses. Otherwise, it was only a short service commission.
Correct.
I must tell you that I was associated with the induction of women officers in the army headquarters in 1992.
Sir.
When the first batch of lady officers was inducted in the Army Ordnance Corps,
Sir.
or Army per se. The first woman officer was the various guidelines, the qualifications, everything was drafted and approved by the Ordnance Directorate. I was a part of that complete process.
Right, sir. Thank you, sir. That is pretty conclusive, sir. So, sir, there was one specific claim that Captain Yashika has made online, that she says she was sent regularly to Kargil, Mashko Valley, Dras, etc. to logistic deaths and APs, and she was tasked by the CO to bring first-hand information back to the unit. And while she did that, she could not take her child to forward area. So Ladakhi ladies who were in the unit, I don't know who are these Ladakhi ladies, they were looking after the child in the unit. Is that claim correct, sir?
As far as the looking after the child is concerned, she used to bring her child to the depot, and we have lady laborers in the depot. Ladakhi laborers we had, number of them, I remember. I had more than 400 laborers with me who were helping in loading of stores, sending the stores to forward areas, unloading of stores which came from rear area. But to send a lady officer, that also in the second trimester of her pregnancy, to bring, news or the data or the feedback from the forward areas, I think no CO would do that. I never told her, I never tasked her. It is
Thank
not
you,
uh, a done thing in the army. You
sir.
cannot push the lady officers to that extent. It is never done.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
We all have
Absolutely, sir.
enough service to know this, and we
Absolutely.
will never do it. We will
Absolutely,
never
sir. I
do it.
totally agree with you. Yeah, yeah, absolutely, sir. Sardar sir, I have a question for you. Captain Yashika says she was the first
Yep.
lady officer of the Indian Army to fight Kargil war in the battle zone. So, sir, were there not AMC lady officers inducted already, MNS officers, and other, and as far as I remember, there were other lady officers in your own unit, sir. So, is this claim correct, sir? Does it hold any ground?
No, it's not correct. Major Vandana, then Captain Vandana Changappa and her husband, Captain Chingappa, both were in the war zone before she was there. And also, I happen to command the logistics support area in the Batalic subsector also. And there, in the field surgical hospital, we had lady doctors who were performing very much there in the absolute right in the front. So I don't think that's correct.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. And sir, I could see in the history of Army Ordnance Corps that it's clearly written that Major Bandana is perhaps the first lady officer to face enemy fire in the operational area. Chiller sir, could you just amplify on that point, sir? What does that actually mean?
You see, when you say face the enemy fire, she was not actually wielding a weapon.
Yeah,
That no ordnance officers don't wield a weapon. We fought war only once in during Second World War at a place called Kangla Tongbi in eastern part of our country,
sir.
where the ordnance unit fought the Japanese and saved the complete this thing. That is our pride of achievement of or any ordnance unit in the entire history. Ordnance officers are required to deliver these logistic support, ammunition, stores, special clothing, and various other requirements, armaments, replacement of weapons. This is our duty. For this duty, Vandana was detailed and she had gone to the Kargil debt, where she issued various stores, and her husband was also there, which he was manning the ammunition point and he was issuing the ammunition. So to say that she was in the face of the enemy, no, she was in the war zone. She was not out of the war zone. The war zone extended till the detachment where she was working. So she was part of the logistic group which supported the war.
Sir.
So in a way, she was very much part of the war area, I will say.
Sir. So, sir, just
Yeah.
to be clear on that, only Major Vandana, then Captain Vandana
Yes.
Chengappa from your unit went to Kargil
Went to Kargil.
and not Captain Yashika.
No Yashika. Yashika never left Leh.
Okay, right, sir. And sir, one more claim that Captain Yashika made is she and her husband were the only Kargil couple. So from the records, what I've seen In your own unit, sir, there was Captain Sudhir Changappa and Captain Vandana Changappa who were married. So even that claim is bogus, right, sir?
That is not true at all, because Vandana Chingappa and Captain Chingappa were both part of my unit. It is part of the history. It is documented history.
Yes, sir.
I cannot deny the documentation. They
Absolutely,
were
sir.
part of the unit, and it has been documented. The names are written in the Army Ordnance Corps history book. So how can you say that I was the only one? You cannot claim that, no? There was somebody
Absolutely,
else
sir.
also.
Absolutely, sir. So that's
So,
why even I was perplexed, sir, because when I went through the history books, I could find a totally different story altogether. So I thought it'll be prudent to clear it from the CO and the 2IC who had seen the battle throughout. Sardar sir, would you have any other points to narrate or anything related to this, sir? Would you like to say anything more?
Well, I think you've said it all. Whatever you've asked, we've answered your question.
Sir.
And I think that's it. Although I think such a thing should not take place. Distortion of facts is not a good thing for the army or for the general public to know. The public is entitled to the truth, and we should always speak the truth.
Absolutely, sir. I totally agree with you.
Colonel Chillar, I have a question to ask him. So, like a border concern arising from these discussions is about accountability, basically. So, in public claims, so are there any existing legal or service level provisions in India that addresses this false or exaggerated claims being commented?
See, I think anyone who wants to go into the civil state, you need to go to you can file a litigation. It's actually costing false aspirations and giving a wrong narrative, which is detrimental to anyone for the country's security, for that matter.
Yes,
Absolutely, sir.
got it. Absolutely.
I would like to also add one more thing. My
Sure.
unit was awarded total 7 awards.
Oh,
One was Sena Medal to my 2IC that time, Brigadier Sartaj, and 6 commendation cards, which were given to various officers and the other ranks.
Yes.
So that was the kind of achievement the Ordnance Unit achieved during the Kargil operations.
Sir.
Sartaj, what do you have to say on that?
Well, I think it's very commendable that we stood out amongst. I think we were the most decorated as far as the static logistic units are concerned. We put up a very good show, and we were all proud of our men. And we wouldn't have done it if our men were not there. Our men were very motivated and ready to work day in and out, took all the risks possible, and we kept our flag flying, and we could deliver. And here we are.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, sir. You just summed it up.
Even my civilians who were there, the
Sir.
civilian
so,
laborers, they
Sir.
volunteered to go to
Yeah.
the logistic area.
Sir.
oh, I see.
Irrespective of they said, sir, we will go along with the troops to look after the supply of stores, because the handling of heavy equipment is to be done. Where will you get labor from?
Yes,
So
sir.
they
Yeah,
volunteered. My own
yeah,
people
understood.
were there with me.
Common
They
civilians.
volunteered and they went to the forward areas to look after the logistic areas.
Sir. Thank you so much, sir. That gives utmost clarity about what these things have, how
Understood.
things have transpired during Operation Kargil. Chandi, we can stop. We can conclude.
Yeah, of course. To
Sir,
conclude, I
shall
just
we
want to
conclude,
say
sir?
that
No, you had one more point. You told me about that posting.
it was already covered,
It's
sir.
covered, sir.
No,
It's
she
covered.
came to me for that
Oh, yeah, yeah,
posting.
yeah,
I
yeah.
will send you.
I'll,
Oh,
yeah. Yes, sir.
do you
Yes.
have any additional
Yeah,
things to
no,
point out?
I have one more. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he sent me one question, so I would
Yes,
like to
the
answer
same
that.
thing. Yeah,
Okay, okay.
I'll
Yes.
come then. Yeah, I'll start now. Chiller sir, I have one more question for you. There is another claim that Captain Yashika has made that once the operation started, uh, and she was pregnant, and the CEO called her, which would be you. You call her, and you told her that since you're pregnant, that the postings have been stopped, and since she was pregnant, you told her that if she takes up a case, the army headquarters will post her out, but you wanted her to stay back. Is that claim correct, sir?
No, that is not correct. I never called her and I never told her that I will get you posted out or I will stop your posting.
Sir.
Firstly, she was that time too junior to approach me directly. There are set channels in the army which she has to approach. She had to first meet the 2IC and then meet the CO. So to claim that I called her, I did this, it's absolutely not correct.
Sir.
And why would I take the initiative of posting her out?
Correct.
I had nothing against her or for her. She
Yeah.
was like any other officer to me. She
Yes,
was
sir.
doing a good job in the rear area. She
Sir.
was looking after the stores. She was issuing the stores. She was doing everything.
Sir.
So why will I ask her to go out?
Correct, sir.
I never did that.
Sir.
Thank you.
Yeah. Just to corroborate, sir, Sardar sir, she never came to you with this request since you were the 2IC.
No, she never came to me. In fact, she was very good, and she used to bring her little Sunny. That Sunny would be playing in my office with that labor, so that she could concentrate on her work. And she was really an asset to the families who were there during May, June. The schools were over, and she really looked after the ladies and the children to boost their morale, to keep them going. So, to my mind, she's a good officer, but I really don't know what went wrong.
Correct, sir. Absolutely. Okay, sir, I think that's all we have the questions. So shall I go ahead and conclude, sir?
Okay.
But sir, before that, we just wanted to know everyone, to those to those viewers who are viewing this also, that this discussion is not about targeting any individual. Actually,
Correct.
it is protecting the integrity of military history, the
Correct.
dignity of those who actually served, and the credibility of institutions built on discipline and records. So, in matters of war and national service, personal narratives must ultimately stand the test of documentation. So, questioning claims through evidence is not disrespect, it is obviously responsibility. That is the only part that we need to tell each one of you. So, I'm handing it over, Major Revenue.
Yeah, correct. Like Chandni said, this is not about targeting anybody. This is about preserving the truth of the Indian Army, the true ethos of the Indian Army. So, viewers, you have heard it from the horse's mouth. The two officers who were part of part of Operation Vijay, the CO and the 2IC of the unit. So, this is the truth. So, this is what we wanted to bring out to the public. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.